She's back.
Back.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, Daddy.
Nah, she sounds like she's on the edge.
Perfect wedding, Nellie.
Almost perfect.
She wanted him there. Ugh. That guilt is eating her up.
We didn't know you were into
Women?
Bridesmaids?
Am I excited to watch this show based on what all of you have told me? Yes. Am I terrified to the core at horror content? Yes. The last time I watched a horror movie was Jeepers Creepers, and I believe I was 12 years old. I don't even play horror video games at all. Like I said, you all have told me amazing things about this. If you're watching this right now, that means I probably made it through episode 1. But I was honest with everyone. I want to dive into this show for all the wonderful things I've heard about it, and I trust my crowd that watches my video, especially on Patreon, with good recommendations and everything. I got my studio as bright as possible. The window blinds are open. I shut my door so my cats can't interrupt me, so I'm sorry. For the rest of Haunting of Hill House, you're now going to see my cat, because those mofos love to like jump up on me or jump up on their couch here, and they scare the living day out of me when they do that for regular shows. Hill House? No. My boy Foxtaco tried to watch this show and he lasted approximately 2 minutes. Something about a baby. So pray for me. I want to enjoy this. I promise you I want to enjoy this. But if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll be very far on Patreon, so you can hop on there and check for us. YouTube takes long because of copyrights and all that, but let's try to enjoy the show. And the title is Steven Sees a Ghost. Now, I can do body horror, I can do gore, I can do suspenseful shit, but is that ghost stuff, the paranormal activity that like makes you not sleep at night? That's where my qualms are. Let's check this out. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe, support the boy, is free of charge. Like, subscribe, share with anyone that enjoys this type of content. Let's get it.
No live organism can continue to exist sanely under conditions of absolute reality. To dream. Hill House, not sane, stood by itself against its hills, holding darkness within.
Interesting.
Stood so for 100 years before my family moved in, and might stand 100 more.
100 years prior.
And whatever walked there, walked alone.
Shit, boy. Hill House. My studio is so bright. Oh, hell.
It's okay, Theo. Go back to bed. I've got it.
I've got it. Is that their sibling?
Okay, Nellie? You scared?
Who was crying? Her?
That's okay.
Or was it a little baby?
Oh, her again? Oh boy.
Bent neck lady? Like,
Big Brother must have scared her away. Big Brothers are good like that. She's long gone.
what's that outside the door? Oh, that's a statue.
You remember what we talked about before? About our dreams? A cup of water can spill sometimes.
Spill as in spill into reality, or?
They can spill.
That's right.
An ocean.
That's right. Now I know that bent neck lady is really scary. Your mother and I, we have to finish fixing this house.
Okay.
And someone has to buy it. Now, you get back to sleep, both of you. I love you, sweetie.
So it's almost like Dad is aware of the BS in the house as well. So it's not just will they one day scare us? It's like they're aware that something bad is happening. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is his name not the one, is his voice not the one that did the monologue at the beginning? I think it's the same voice. Why is everything so dark?
You're dreaming, Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Dreaming?
Pandas, huh?
Pandas don't eat macaroni.
Noted. So they have like 5 children or more? I really hope I make it in this show, but already just the mood. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. My heart is pacing already, just with anticipation.
Everyone alive.
Nellie had a nightmare.
Everyone alive.
Pandas don't like macaroni live.
Man, leave the kids alone, man. Go mess with the adults. Nah, B. What's behind her? And trust me, I hate giving you guys this feeling of will he, won't he continue? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm trying to play a game on you guys, like, because I know everyone that mentioned something about this show, you absolutely love the out of this show. So I don't want it to seem like I'm doing like a will he, won't he watch it kind of thing. I really don't know, because like this is already like so tense for me just watching. Mike Flanagan. Oh, the room is bright now.
Oh, of course not. You were in L.A. And it was a bad one.
Oh?
Cats and dogs, the worst I'd seen in 10 years. He was hanging there the whole time. Hours. Upside down, tangled up in his seatbelt.
God.
They said he could... And that's how he died. Upside down, pressing on that horn for as long as he could stand to.
Jeez.
Falling onto my face.
Oh?
I started to hear a car horn. Short bursts. Distant, I think, but close enough to wake me. And then, finally, now this was the night after the burial, you see. And there he was. Hanging there.
God.
I could see the water dripping off of his hair, and his face was a...
Because he was hanging.
It's funny, you think you'd scream after seeing something like that, but you don't.
And this is the whole thing about your imagination of something. Because maybe I'm speaking too soon. Maybe they will show a picture or a video of what she's describing. But just the imagining of what she's explaining so beautifully, might I add, is almost like more haunting than actually seeing a video of it. Like what she said about the cheeks being like purple because all the blood flow into the head and whatnot. Like, golly. With the drops, it's like she's painting a perfect picture of what she's seeing. Whew. Even the daylight scenes are not much better when it comes to tension and being scary.
It was a car horn coming from his mouth.
What
so
the
loud. So loud that I fell off the bed. And then I should probably scream. And I screamed all right, and I ran, and I tripped in the hallway. And that was the last time I've slept in that room.
Shit, yeah. Who's this, a therapist, a priest, or something?
That's a very interesting story, Mrs. Walker.
I recognize him.
This is what I'd like to do. I'd also like to sleep in that room tonight.
Goodness.
I'll be fine. And I thank you for sharing it with me.
Your book? Paranormal Activity book? My whole thing is, why would the ghost of her husband haunt her or terrorize her? Weren't they in love or something? Or was there beef there? Hill House.
Sorry, I should have told you I'm a fan. That's my favorite, the first one. Silence lay steadily against the wood and stone at Hill House, most famous haunted house in America.
In fairness, it wasn't famous when we moved in. Besides, you got me beat. I mean, if you actually saw your husband hanging upside down over your bed, you'd see more than I ever have. I've never seen a ghost.
Oh. Is he the kid? Is he the kid from the first scenes? Because on the corner it said then, and at the start of this session it says now. So is he the one that came and comfort his little sister?
But your books...
Not in Arlington, Danvers, Alcatraz.
He's a writer.
I hope tonight is a game changer for you.
How so?
Maybe my Carl will finally give you a story of your own. You were one of his favorite writers, so maybe that's the reason for all this.
About Hill House, that isn't in the book.
Oh, yes, please.
All those years trying to understand what happened in that house, you know what I never found? A reason.
Why was all happen?
You know who I wish would write a book? Your dad.
Aw. Was she the little one?
Won't you miss your brother?
Just tonight, then.
I'll stay with her a bit.
Yeah, with the light on. It's so bright in here that I can hardly see the dark screen. But I'm okay with it. I love this though. We have like 2 timelines, then and now. So it's like a constant flashback. Oh, here we go. What are you seeing, girl? Oh, get the f out of here. The hair?
Sorry.
Wow, everyone's just hanging up on her.
Are you saying you'd prefer not to do a viewing?
No, it's not that.
It's part of your mother's pre-need, so it's already taken care of.
And we want to.
I'd say adamantly opposed.
Hi, Max. I'm Shirley.
No.
I know this might be a little weird for you, but I promise it's all normal. To see her one last time and tell her you love her.
I don't need to say goodbye.
A lot of people feel that way at first, but then they feel much better when they do.
That's what Mommy said.
Hmm.
And her eyes must hurt because she doesn't blink.
That is so sad. Why the kids though? Why don't the ghosts f with the adults? Why the poor little kids? Okay, something that I feel so sad about like so far is how when she was a baby, when she gets scared in that room, she would always call one of them. Call the brother or the sister or the one that was sleeping next to her. And now that they're adults, she's trying to call them and they're not answering because they're doing their own thing or busy with life. I feel like that's like freaking sad.
Worried about Luke? Have you talked to him? Call me.
Yeah, that house definitely f***ed them all up.
It's great.
Hi, this is Nell. Please leave a message.
Hey, I think you really nailed it. It really sends a message. We should put it on the website.
This damn flu is a disaster. This is supposed to be the easy part.
There's nothing easy about this house.
Mr. Dudley found something for you.
The casting is perfect. She looks exactly like her adult self. Are you kidding? Look at her.
You okay, Daddy?
He's trying to fix the flu. The house doesn't like it, I guess. Mr. Dudley found something for you.
And I'm gonna need it back.
Heck is that?
I got it.
Open it!
Daddy says they've been taking care of this house for years and years, so if anyone would know where the key is.
What do you think is in there?
Not a pony. This isn't working.
It could be a pony. Something was moving.
What's up, Taco?
You see what I sent you on Discord?
Nah, but I'm recording Hunting of Hill House right now.
How was that?
Hey man, I made it to hold on. I made it to 20 minutes, dog. I beat you.
You made it till, or you're gonna keep going?
I'm gonna keep going. I'm at 20 minutes right now.
I don't know how you're doing it, brother. I can't do it, dude.
Hey, I'm sweating a little bit, you know, but I got the I got the studio lit as yeah, my window is wide open, dog. But but so far I'm loving it, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I saw you calling. I'm like, let me put this man on the phone, man. Like I'm like people that watch your 2 minutes reaction and see this, they're gonna have a time.
Bro, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but But I just wanted to like make him hear what you got to say about this. I'm about to continue, bro, because it's actually good.
Hey, do your thing, bro.
But yeah, I'm gonna check that shit out later. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna tag I'm gonna add Taco's video to like somewhere in this. Cause like the moment something didn't seem right, he was like, hell no. I have a feeling they should not be entering into this room, but what do I know?
Something was moving. I saw the shadow under the door.
If there's a pony in there, it's dead.
Aww.
Can't he just use that big hammer?
Oh?
Daddy, we need more keys. It's an emergency.
It's an emergency. The shadow did move.
Cheryl, then call Luke.
I did.
Straight to voicemail.
Phone for cash, or he's still in rehab, which means we stay out of it.
Damn.
I can't deal with this right now. I'm working.
Fine, I'll just handle it, shall I?
That's why everybody dumps their shit on me, isn't it, Steve?
I'm the oldest.
That's you.
Fine. I'll. Jesus.
So, does this stuff,
Which side of the bed do you sleep on? I'm talking about the word itself.
Supernatural, right.
I had no idea what it was.
The eye of an angry god, an evil spirit. Nothing supernatural.
Natural phenomena that we don't quite understand yet.
so does it capture that?
No message. Just wanted to see if it was there. What was your name again?
This show is shot so well. The compositions and the photography is shot so well.
Hi, this is Nell. Please leave a message after the beep.
Oh, no.
It's Steve. I'm sorry I missed your call. He's fine. He actually got his 90-day chip today, if you can believe that.
Shout out to him.
I'll be around tomorrow if you still need to chat. I hope you're well, Nellie.
Nelly. Why is it always messing with Nell and not anyone else? To the point where he doesn't even believe it. And he grew up in that house. Finally, some upbeat music. Which one of them is this? That was one of them come here eyes. Okay. What's her name? Such a good transition.
So what's your story? What do you mean? Live in a funeral home. I'm here for grad school. Sociology.
She does not care.
And it's such a great town.
Huh?
What's that about? I'm just kind of a germaphobe. That was really good. Okay. Is it something I said?
No.
We just did what we came here to do, yeah?
Jesus Christ. Maybe that's for the better. Not what it looks like. That's...
I got beer.
New friend?
Not really.
Pile of issues.
I just don't think you can really know so much after such a quick encounter. I'm saying it's quick. You're worse than a guy. You're like a frat guy. I said you could live here. I wasn't expecting to see parade.
We still haven't talked since LA.
Theo.
Don't. I'm just waiting for an apology.
Oh?
I'm drawing boundaries, which is something you might want to look into.
Complicated relationship they all have.
Or if he does, it'll be the last time I ever see him.
Boundaries. Maybe a brick wall when it comes to Luke.
Damn. That bad? I better be your wife or something, man. I think there's a misdirect.
Are you okay? What time is it?
Do you remember the bent neck lady?
She's back.
Yes.
She's back.
Back.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
I'm at home.
Home?
I want you to go to Stephen Lee's. I'm going to drive to Orlando.
What's she looking at?
I'll see you there tomorrow.
Okay.
Why is it after her, though?
Good night, Daddy.
Nah, she sounds like she's on the edge. I didn't like that call. She sounds like she's giving up or something. Okay, couple of things I want to say. It's so interesting how multiple kids that grew up in the same household with the same parenting and whatnot be so different, you know. Obviously, some part of it is nature versus nurture. Some part of it is some traumas that some kids have that others didn't have. Some part of it is maybe parents having a favorites or something. But it's so interesting. So far, I can count 4 or 5 children, and they all have different like things going on, different like, and they all feel so realistic, you know, except the like supernatural part. But my biggest question is like, why her? She seems to be the only one with like heavy residue of all the messed up shit from that house. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm asking these questions, I'm not asking you, the viewers, to answer them. It's just like, I'm just voicing out what I want to know. So please, no spoilers. Let me get there myself. What are we about to do? Why you go back there? So the dad is also haunted as well, because that dream he just...
She wouldn't... Yeah, I'm going. I'm going.
Stevie, get up.
Dad? What's going on?
Get up. We gotta get out of here right now.
Why?
Oh? Hello? What happened to your hand? That's Steve, right? That's the writer. Who the f is there? Better be Nell or something.
Dad, what's going on?
Quiet.
Talk to him, man. What's going on? What about your girls?
Do you promise?
I promise.
You keep your eyes closed no matter what.
What about the girls, though? What about your wife? Oh, hell. Oh, hell.
The window. She was in the window.
Oh, okay, they're already in here. Where is mom? That's not mom.
What about mom?
Right.
Dad! Dad!
Dad, I told you. There's no reason you and I need to talk.
You stay with her. You keep your eye on her. Don't let her out of your sight.
Pass. First of all, I just want to say I love how the flashbacks always... I mean, the transitions in this show, I mean, from them dancing to straight head, amazing. Like the transitions from what's going on in the past to what's happening now. Obviously, him screaming at dad for leaving mom. There's no way that don't fracture their relationship going forward. So the immediate transition to him telling his dad, "You don't just get to call me," is beautiful. Like, such a simple transition says so much about their relationship without excessive dialogue. You know? Oh, I'm I'm hooked. I'm hooked. Yeah, I love this shit, bro. I'm hooked. Yeah. And something again I love is just this idea that like that house, one way or the other, like up all their lives in different ways, and the show slowly like feeding us how the house affected all of them. Because obviously Steve probably has some resentment towards his dad, towards like paranormal activities because of how it butchered their family and everything. Yeah, boy. Yeah, that transition was cold. And why did he leave the mom? Again, think of my questions as rhetorical. I'm not asking for an answer.
I'll see you there. I'll meet you there.
Living at home right now.
So Neil obviously knows some shit is up. The dad also knows some shit is up because the dad was running from something. And when he said, I've never seen a ghost, it's because dad told him to close his eyes, right? So it's like only 2 of them know there's some shit in that house. The rest, well, the episode's title says he sees a ghost. So let's see if water starts dropping. Did I mention I love the transition from the old house to the new house? Who's mom dancing with? Why so dark? Don't y'all got lamps or some shit? Anytime something looks off on screen, I'm like... Oh, that's the brother in rehab. They all felt it. Interesting, they all felt it. If that water drop on his cheek, you're gonna be a believer today. Could it be the wife doing it? Dropping water on him? It's almost like he desperately wants to believe or want to convince himself. The horns. Woo!
Used to be a stop sign there until recently, yes?
I don't know.
It's a moderately trafficked area. A 4-way stop without a sign is bound to have a few near misses. You slept better with your husband in bed, right?
Of course.
You're probably just noticing the car horns now because you're not sleeping as well.
It
was a big storm the night he died. One of the biggest you've seen in a long time.
Yes.
You might want to get that looked at. Water damage is no joke.
And the man I saw hanging from my ceiling?
Right.
You'd be picturing how he died as much as you wouldn't want to.
I saw him.
When you push that stuff down, a memory, a daydream, a secret, grief, anger, guilt.
Why would I want to see my Carl
like that? Talk to him.
Because it's better than never seeing him again.
Thank you for doing that. Carl would have loved it.
My pleasure.
Go home.
You didn't like it?
No, I didn't like it.
What's going on?
My brother just... The family is what's going on.
Hang on.
Look, I get that things haven't exactly been going well with your writing. And when you said you wanted to do a book about the house, I understood that.
I didn't have to do that.
Of course we object. I object, Steve.
Let's calm down a bit. It is my family.
You weren't there. Luke, Theo, they were just kids. The things they told you in confidence. Dad, this is the worst of the bullshit. Worse than the tabloids.
Dad had every opportunity to set that straight. What am I supposed to write?
Lost his wife.
And he hasn't said shit since.
Wow, we're getting so much.
When he said those things, he believed them. In the moment, at least.
I need to start a real life for my own family.
We're your family, Steve.
We're your family.
Mom was mentally ill. It's a fact. I'll be damned if the apple didn't fall too far from...
Oh, Steve. Steve.
Sorry, that wasn't...
Steve.
Nobody's buying the novel, Cheryl.
You publish this, you know what it costs.
He did publish it. That was a flashback, right?
Researched your house. Did you know it was used as a hospice briefly in the 60s? Marriage, get some background on Carl, who he was. Both were. That's what matters, really. I'll do it in a way you would have really liked.
You really didn't see anything.
No one else can corroborate your story, Hugh.
That's right. They never filed charges. I was never placed under arrest. It was a
To the police!
I wasn't thinking clearly that night. We just lean on that.
We can't unring this bell.
Okay, fine. They can
God.
take pieces, but they don't get to take bites out of the kids.
They'll pay you to walk the grounds, take some pictures.
No one goes near the house.
There's so much here.
You have any idea how that looks?
I want the gates and the doors kept locked.
It's almost like he know what he saw in there. He know what he saw in there and he don't want anything going close to it. There's so many moving parts. And I'm sure all this fuels how Steve felt growing up. Now that he's older, about the house, about writing the story, about especially the money parts, because like it's contrast with how his father is refusing the money here, and with Steve needing the money, like he needs it for like admirable reasons, you know. He's not just trying to like, you know, ball out. Like he's trying to raise a family, and like none of his books or novels are selling until that one, based on what I think we've gathered. So yeah, that would definitely fracture a family. And the added, the mom died that night, and it was classified as
Except for the Dudleys.
the Dudleys.
That doesn't make any sense.
The Dudleys stay on, and it sits there and rots.
Do we really have to go live with Aunt Janet?
Oh, the transitions, dog. Chef kiss.
Something up with Nell. She may show up at the house today.
At my house?
My dad told her to. I didn't get a chance to tell him what's... But I'm sorry, you can just point it at me.
Is that all?
I can come by and we can talk about this some more.
Oh?
What you'd have to say. You tell me. Is there any point?
Arranging the china and some of the flatware so that your father can sell them. These are valuable.
Dad says you and Mr. Dudley come with the house. There are so many rooms.
The staff hasn't lived on the grounds since 1948.
So they were all alone?
Questions.
No one would live nearer than town.
Well, they didn't seem to be too scared. My dad found a bunch of stuff in the parlor. Tarot cards and Ouija boards and all that.
Oh.
So something tells me they weren't too scared of the dark.
I smother you in science, and science isn't an exact science, you know.
Oh?
Hugh and I decided when Steve was little. See, we knew that throughout his life he'd be exposed to all sorts of ideas and beliefs, that there'd be all sorts of people who'd tell him they had the answers. I'm sorry, I meant no offense. So yes, he knows the Gospels. He's also familiar with the Talmud.
Everything.
I assume you tried the treehouse?
Very funny, mister.
Never occurs to her you'll be in your treehouse. You know, the one Dad built for you?
I don't want to go in yet. I don't like it inside.
No rush, my man.
For a show filled with kid actors, they're all doing great. I mean, way above average. They're all doing great. Like, it doesn't feel distracting, nothing.
What you making?
A new sign. How do you spell no girls allowed? I already got those.
G.
Theo ripped it.
Theo.
Is this the family? Who's this?
Some girl I saw by the woods.
Uh-oh.
What's next?
Oh.
It's so interesting. We haven't seen a lot of Luke, but we've seen everyone else.
She's not imaginary. Theo can't rip this one. It's not allowed.
I'll tell her.
Will you hang out with me?
You want me to?
Aww.
You can hang out all the time.
Where do you get the ideas for these drawings?
He sees them. Big ol' mouth. LA, baby. Is he still with his wife? Or did life happen? Is that Dad?
Hey, Luke. Hey, Steve.
Aww. He's stealing his stuff.
How'd you know where to find me? Tell you what, I've got... Let me see.
Damn.
$200 here. I need the iPad.
It's so messed up what addiction does, man. This show knows how to f you, man. Again, the transition it does. Like from them saying, let's play together, no girls around, we can draw together and everything. And boom. It's like they soften us up and then freaking stake the heart and seeing what their relationship is now. And it's obvious Luke was seeing some shit based on his drawings, right? So it's like that probably played a hand into his like addiction and stuff. Imaginary friend.
I'm sorry. I know.
I know. Yeah.
I
It really isn't what you think.
Man, the shame he must feel as well. And what they said earlier too, like, I don't know if he comes to ask for money, if that will be the last time he does. Because he probably will make it to a next time, you know?
Thanks.
No?
I needed a good scare. I tried to tell Dad we're having some issues. But you just stood there and watched him loop me?
Is that even her?
Christ, no. Dragged Luke out, made Dad hop on a plane. What's so damn important now?
Wasn't she at the house?
Shit.
Y'all's phones keep interrupting every time she's about to say something. It's so frustrating. Literally the whole episode. She's about to say something, something interrupts. Is this even actually her? Because wasn't she at the haunted house?
I tried to tell you we're... Dad? I can't hear you.
Wasn't in L.A. She was at the house, Steve. At the house.
Oh, Nell is gone.
She's dead. She's
Ne-
dead.
Oh, Nell. Fuck. This shit, man. That wasn't even scary because I'm just feeling sad now. Because before she went into the mansion, the way she was talking on the phone, that almost sounded like a goodbye. You know what I'm saying? I saw this whole thing the other day that was like, anytime you're a friend who is, or someone you know who is like usually like very sad or depressed or going through it, just randomly hit you out of the blue, being very happy, or just like outwardly like expressive in a way that they're not usually so suddenly, is almost like check in, go see them. And I learned how like it's just like a manner of them to just like be at peace. It's kind of like a way like people are just at peace before they end it, you know, kind of like they're at peace with their decision some of the times. So it's like when she called and she was like kind of like goodbye, take care of yourself, yada yada, I'm like, girl, she is not okay. I mean, the way she was standing in that room, I'm like, girl, weren't you at the house? Yeah, I'm there. If it was any doubt, I'm there. This show is shot so beautifully. The transitions are freaking amazing. These characters, aside from the supernatural joint, these characters feel so real in the sense that like how trauma you up from when you were a kid and how it kind of like follows you along. The like relationship between all the siblings, the ones that are like, you know, not the best, the ones that are just coping with each other, life getting in the way of actually being connected, reopening some closed wounds from the past. It's like they just feel like so real, like an actual family. Ah, man. Yeah, this episode needs to be studied in like storytelling. How you can use like good transitions to like tell story. It does the whole show us, don't tell us thing really well. It's like you see what these characters used to be and just in one scene. Now it makes sense why Dad was terrified the moment Nell said she was at the house. Because he knew what he saw that last day, that last time they fled. You know what I'm saying? So like he said, I'm going straight to LA. Like I'm going straight to meet you wherever you are. Sorry, when she said she's seen the long neck lady. Their mom seemed so sweet as well. And Nell seemed so sweet as well. I think that was what was annoying me for most of the episodes. Like why is it like this little precious girl that like the f***ing ghost or whatever is coming for? You know? Yeah, that final scene, I wasn't scared or anything because I was just freaking heartbroken because like she's standing there about to say something and his phone went off. It's like, what the f, man? And she was calling everybody. She was calling everybody, trying to let them know what's up. But like everybody was busy, not answering her or getting to their phone too late or something. Oh, baby.
I can't hear you.
You hear me? I said it's about Nell.
I know, I just walked in and she's,
Nell was lying.
Shocking.
She wasn't in L.A. She was at the house, Steve.
He believes in ghosts now. And what's the whole thing with the long neck lady? Is that mom? No, she was around before mom died. Man. Okay. Except for a couple of scenes, I don't think it wasn't that. It's more of the tone. And I mean, jump scares are crazy and bad, but I think for me it's just the overall tone and the mood. Like the first, say, 15 minutes of the house and everything, I'm like, because the mood just keeps you in this state of anticipation that some shit is about to happen. I wish I didn't see the titles. Steve sees a ghost. So it was just lingering in my head that like at the end of the episode or some way he's gonna see a ghost. And I love how they did a little fake out at the house with the man hanging from the ceiling, like the story the wife told him. I thought it was gonna happen then, but it happened at the end of the episode. So I'm sure this would make him believe that that woman wasn't full of shit, because he has seen a ghost now. Oh, the baby of the house too. And now something I look forward to see is just maybe or maybe not the amount of regrets each of them might feel for not taking Nell seriously. You know, about all the things she was saying and seeing, about not taking her seriously. Because I'm sure they're all gonna see her at some point or the other. I need to go take a break. I need to eat lunch and come back for episode 2. Thank you all for watching. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments for sure. Let me hear your thoughts. I look forward to it. All right, episode 2. I feel so bad for what happened to Nellie? Yeah, let's keep riding. Steve saw a ghost. I think this will make all the family members start listening and converging. Let's get it.
Nellie's in the red.
Oh, that's what they keep saying in the red room.
What did you say?
Oh, that's what she was saying in the beginning of episode 1. Nellie's in the red room before she started talking about the pandas. Oh, she went into... That's when it happened. 3:03 or 12:03.
But she still comes to my room at night and she still sits on my bed. Daddy said she wouldn't. She looked different. Her fingers were purple. She did have teeth and she did not have hair.
Wow.
The open casket.
I understand, Max. You're so smart, you probably know that your grandmother wore a wig. Is that right?
They're not dreams.
And I'm guessing you're a smart boy. You probably saw her in the hospital a few times when she wasn't wearing it.
Yeah.
And you probably also know that she had fake teeth. Maybe she took them out. And I know it sounds scary, is that it's a great chance to take all of those pictures in your head of grandma in the hospital or grandma without her hair or teeth or anything else in your imagination, ever even in the casket. I'm gonna fix her.
How?
Embalming and everything.
Give her a bath.
God damn, they're showing everything.
Forever. Then we put her in her favorite clothes. And finally, I take to make sure she looks just like she's supposed to.
Wow.
Just like she's supposed to.
God. Okay, 2 things I want to mention. It's so interesting seeing the process, because I've never Because I know they always prep them and dress them up, but like I've never seen the process of it. So that's what they do at the funeral home, not just necessarily just hosting the funeral, but actually, what would her job be called? I know it's not an undertaker, caretaker or something. Let me know in the comments, but it's so interesting. First time I saw a body like that was my dad's when I was a kid, and yeah, it looked like them, but it's not them. You know, it's like, oh, this is just a body right here. That's so interesting. Secondly, what I want to say is I hope look at me wishing for this, but I hope this becomes like a ongoing motif where some of the family members who don't necessarily believe in ghosts or those kind of activities get experiences that brings them without any doubt that they exist. Like last episode was Steven, right? Maybe his pushback against ghosts even existing was partially a coping mechanism, or he didn't just want to believe it. But then he saw his sister's ghost, you know? Her now, I remember her last conversation with Steven in the flashback where like he was saying about mom was crazy and the apple didn't fall far from the tree, and he apologized. But he did say in that conversation that you didn't believe as well. So she clearly don't believe in ghosts too. So I think last episode when she was talking to the boy, in my mind, I'm like, you should have experience with this because you grew up in a ghost house. But no, she didn't believe. So I'm sure now, some way, somehow, she's going to connect with this boy later on, knowing that, oh, maybe this boy was seeing his grandma, you know? But yeah, that was it. Let's get straight to it. Oh, an architect?
This is our forever house.
You made this?
That's true. But when I look at it, I see a family running to a dinner table. This is ours because that's where we spend the most time together. The pipes are veins, needs to breathe, needs light and flow.
I don't see any of that.
But on the second floor, this is the ground floor. When we finish fixing up this house
and sell it for a lot of money,
then we won't have to move ever again.
That never happened.
Shirley, where'd you go?
Nellie, I told you I'm too old for tea parties.
Mommy, will you please have a tea party with me?
Ugh.
I'd love to have a tea party with you.
I guess.
Everybody keeps saying no.
Outside until dinner, but when I flash the porch light twice,
time to come home.
Princesses and queens and kings at tea parties? It sounds like a kid thing, but it isn't.
Ask Theo. Maybe she'll have one with you.
Theo!
Oh, Theo. It's so sad because she always wanted to hang with them.
Don't forget the rule. Lights flash.
Time to come home.
When are we going to see what Luke was seeing? That's the chick he keeps drawing.
You stay close now. Another question. That master key you had didn't work. You have any other ideas about that red door upstairs?
It's so interesting that ghosts only show themselves to some of them, not all of them. I like how this episode is focused on her, as last episode was Steve's. Leave the door wide open.
Hey, how'd you get in here, huh?
Where's your mommy cat? She couldn't be far.
Thanks.
What is that? Oh boy.
Well, look at that. You think it's empty?
We'd have seen some. Probably dead.
Come here, Shirley. You gotta see this.
What is that?
It's okay.
Is this some kind of nest or something?
You see, sometimes they build a nest around things. I've seen a nest built around a wind chime. It looks so cool. Oh, there it is. I don't blame you for screaming.
You know what that is?
Mask?
A mask?
Yeah, a Halloween mask.
These little kittens don't have a mommy.
Especially close to dark like this.
We can't just leave them here. The dogs.
Mr. Dudley, have you ever seen those dogs? Do you think they'd go after kittens?
The missus and I, we don't stay on the property after dark.
Right.
Decorate it however you want.
I don't want to decorate. I just want to be Daredevil.
It's more fun when you get to be creative instead of just buying what every other kid buys.
Mom.
That to look like Devil Man?
Devil Man.
The ghosts will know it's us, and they'll come after me.
There's no such thing as ghosts, and you know that.
Mm.
Go upstairs. We're working in here.
We're in the black.
We have to do better.
To give a little relief to families who need it the
It's
most.
not relief, Cheryl. It's charity. Yeah, I mean, you're giving stuff away at cost, below cost. and
Only for special cases.
more than half. I have the whole thing in here. I'll show you.
Bullshit. More than half.
Here, I will show you.
Hello? I couldn't decide, so just put a bunch in.
Reminds her of something?
Thank you for dropping these by. They'll be really helpful.
Oh, I didn't also connect it. Mom. They just lost their mom, and obviously, I'm sure some way, somehow, that makes her remember her own mom too. Also, do they know about her sister yet? Because everything seems pretty normal right now.
Did you ever connect with Mel?
But Steve checked in with Luke. He's fine in rehab.
No. How many is this for him?
I don't know. I lost track.
On the phone, you said he had insurance?
Right. We thought so. You told us so.
6 years
This
ago.
morning we tried to get the info.
It had lapsed a few months back.
Without an insurance policy, it's $6,000 a month, and we do recommend a 4 to 6 month commitment.
Jesus.
That's right.
And obviously, if he had insurance, it would be in the first month for sure.
Dog.
And I can come back in 2 weeks with some more if I move some things around.
That's fine. We can see how the first month goes.
Christ.
Sorry, Cheryl.
It's fine.
I mean, I could still do
You'll pay
some
me
of
back when you're a famous writer.
I don't want to hold your breath.
We're all set. I'm gonna need a UA, urine analysis.
They have horseback riding.
We just need to know how dirty.
Oh, shit. Wish me luck.
That was a lot of money, man.
So much.
They stood by him.
You can do this.
This is probably the last time they were all together like this.
You got this.
They have horses.
Oh.
He's gonna do it.
The way this show uses flashbacks is one of the best I've seen. And obviously all this shows how like charitable she is and how giving she is.
Solo account. His name's on the checkbook. So? So we only have joint accounts. I don't know that account. It was just in his briefcase.
Oh.
His briefcase? Looking at quarterlies, not like...
I'm sure it's nothing.
I don't want to seem like it's probably nothing. It's just
Oh.
weird. Did you eat all of your food?
Yes.
No.
There's 5 of them like there's 5 of us. That one's me. Just enough and you drop a little on their nose. And then when they open, wow.
It's so crazy. They found 5 cats without their mom, and all 5 kids are gonna be without their mom soon.
What?
Hello?
What do you want? I don't even... Why are you banging on the wall? I'm not.
You are.
Huh? Girl, she was sleeping.
You're banging on the wall to tell me about the stupid dogs?
Wasn't her.
What's that?
Aww, getting in bed with each other. So they all knew something weird was happening. But they just never explicitly saw something.
Hey! Hey, what's with the screaming?
Did you hear that? What was that?
What was what?
There were these loud bangs all over the walls.
I didn't hear it. Nothing to be... Pipes jumping the walls. I bet that's what it was.
Man, here's my thing. I know there was a reason that they stuck with it, you know? They needed to fix up the house, sell it, get their dream future house. But dog, ain't no fucking way on several locations some nasty shit going on in this house and you didn't pack up your whole family and got out immediately. But again, I know, obvious answer. Stick with it. fix the house, sell the house, go to a better place. So it's one of those, let's endure it till we're out. Unfortunately, they didn't make it out as well as they thought they would. But dog, ain't no way. Multiple occasions of like the craziest shit happening in your house, and like until it took the wife that he went out. Obviously, I'm not trying to throw stones at him, but I'm just saying, god damn, man, like. And I'm sure he did the best to comfort all of them, because he's always telling them, like, trying to ground them and give them reasons why what is happening. But at the same time, it's like, dog, like, I would have been gone. Throughout her whole life, that shit. Jesus. Oh, is this when she learns it happens?
Steve.
It's Nell. Not so.
What the f do you mean?
It's so weird. I came home tonight, and I was in my living room.
She was right behind me.
Oh, you're wrong. Someone. Who told you this?
Dad.
Dad called me.
Well, he's wrong.
He was the last person she talked to before she did it. Didn't exactly tell me if I saw.
No. He wouldn't know.
She wouldn't
She did, though.
do that again. He can't just not tell us what happened. He can't.
Sorry, Cheryl.
I told you. I told you she was in trouble.
I told you.
I told you to find her. I told you.
I gotta go.
Now she has to go tell Theo. I'm actually getting these names right quick. I'm not used to that. How do you even tell her? Oh, the cats. If they find one of the cats dead, I'm gonna lose my shit. Fuck, bro. Oh, that's Nell.
Found this upstairs. She was a very special cat. She deserves a special place to rest.
Can I see her?
Do you want to say something about her? People usually do. Some people say goodbye.
Whatever you like. You know how when you take one of your pictures, you capture something forever? Just the way it is? We turn into stories. And every time someone tells one of those stories, it's like we're still here. For them. We're all...
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. And it just hurts that, like, the mom was such a sweet woman. Such a nurturing parent. The dad as well, you know? And I was thinking about this whole time. One of my favorite things in cinema, in media in general, is when characters die, but their deaths have such a great impact to the rest of the story. Like, you see how they affect others, how things from their past come to light and like enrich the story so much more. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a death for like shock value or to tell us this is a gritty show or anything. It's like the mom's been dead since episode 1. What's her face? Neil's been dead since episode 1, but like their death is significant throughout the whole like rest of the show, you know. And obviously I've already gushed about like how they use flashbacks and how amazing it is. Like, dog, like this is creme de la creme right here, dog. Yeah, and it just pains me that, like, you know, seeing Neil as a little girl, the most cheerful freaking buttercup you can ever like think of, and how she always was asking others to play with her or be around her or stay with her, and how even before she left us, it's like she was calling everybody as well, but like she didn't get the response she was looking for, I'm guessing. And now that scene of the mother just talking about the eulogy, or you know, how her life turned to stories, I'm like, man, they had great parents, man.
I'm not sure what her name was because her brothers and sisters all look the same, but she never heard a single thing in her whole life, and not many people can say that.
Perfect, sweetie.
Joke waiting, and
She's moving.
she's alive.
Look, I know this is hard.
She is.
Honey, I know this is
Her
hard.
lips are moving.
Is this another dream? Hey man, we can't even have a chill, calm moment, yo.
I'm very sorry. Really know what to say in these.
Call me when you're on the road.
Man, she's gonna prep her sister.
I think it's a good idea.
It's the right thing.
Why not send her to Carlisle? They'll do a great job
I
there.
think it's a bad idea too.
Honey, let someone else do it. You need to focus on you.
She's my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Hosting her funeral. That's that.
Is it gonna give everyone time?
He was, apparently, until this morning. They said he flew the coop. No idea where he is.
Does he even know that she's dead?
She'll be there forever.
God damn.
Cheryl.
The way all their lives are tangled with each other, man. He doesn't want to do it.
Good morning. Moment of truth, Max. It's okay.
I don't want to.
Listen to him.
You're a good boy. You can do this. I'll go with you.
Ugh.
It's gonna be okay, Shirley.
I don't want to see her.
Wow, she was the same. It's so interesting that all that made her go into this line of work as well.
You don't have to know someone to do the cosmetics.
And restoration. The coroner ruled it a and there's restorative work I've got to do.
Cheryl.
She was in that house for hours. The blood pooled, insects and her injuries. Do it myself, so I'm doing her myself.
This is insane.
Oh, something about to happen here.
I'm doing it, Kevin.
She needs this, man.
Fix her.
Obviously, I don't obviously the show don't have to spell it out for me to think that like the Seuss obviously not a right? It has to be whatever got the mom as well. You know? Cause isn't that what they were running with for the mom, that it was a Seuss in that house? And on the first family member that goes back to that house, they're ruling it another Seuss. Yeah, I said that word so much in this episode. I gotta bleep it all out for YouTube before they banish my video. Oh my god. I don't blame her, man. Damn, like.
Let's take her down.
Shit is not fair, man.
Can I feed the kittens? Sure thing. Just remember how I showed you. Are they still sleeping?
Oh god, all of them?
No. No.
Jesus.
I don't care how you get here. You and Dad.
That's right. We've been looking, but
They don't know where he went. Apparently he went out of the goddamn window.
Oh god.
In our sister's chest cavity, pulling out a bag of her internal organs.
She's doing it herself.
And no matter how much you love them, you're not their mommy. They're better now. They're where they're supposed to be.
What about the little one? Why didn't you let me take care of it, or at least say goodbye?
Cheryl, we couldn't let you try to take care of a pet who was so sick.
But you gave it to someone else. I don't believe you. Just tell me. Just stop it!
Wow.
That since you had one of your color storms.
Color storms?
There was no color at all. It was pitch black. It's never come that fast before. It happens at the worst possible moment.
Wish I'd been part of that conversation.
Oh?
Would you have said different?
Probably not.
I got it.
Get your hands off me.
Would you have said you had to go to the woods and put this sick little kitten out of its misery?
Mm-hmm.
No.
She's gonna have a pretty messed up view of death coming out of this no matter what. Which wouldn't have happened if you hadn't have...
Brought them home?
Go ahead anyway.
Why the hell did you let her keep those kittens?
Well, I didn't know that they were all gonna die.
You let her keep a box of diseased kittens. And then I have one chance to pull it back, and I lie to her face and lock up with a migraine.
Tough.
It was not our finest hour, no doubt.
Jesus Christ. Her brain. Or her skull, rather. How the f is a kid here? Oh, they're kids.
Sorry.
You're not allowed down here.
It's just Auntie Nell.
I'm sad. So sad I can't even tell you. What do you want to know? Any questions you have are completely normal.
That's good.
What are you doing to her?
I just finished embalming her. It helps her look how we remember her. She loved you both so much.
I was just gonna say that I love how open she is with her kids. No question you have now is a wrong question. That is so... I mean, y'all gonna hear me. You're gonna get tired of me saying how I love how the flashbacks always play into what we're watching right now. Showing, not telling. It's like, this is just a minor example, but her being this open with her kids, it reflects on the flashback we just saw of her mom having to painfully lie to her that someone else is taking care of the cat, you know? And it's one of those things where, like, we don't want to do to our kids what our parents did to us, not maliciously, but like some of our parents didn't just have the tools, you know? So like, or like the dad said, that was not our brightest moments. So I love how the past reflects what we're seeing now of her being open with her kids about death and everything, even at this young age.
Curious about her, but this part isn't for people to see. I can tell you everything I'm doing, but go pick your favorite picture of Auntie Nell from one of the albums. I can hang it at the funeral.
Give them a hug, man. You need it. And the crazy thing is that the two kids that were in the room in episode 1 are the ones seen the most.
I'm so excited. You're gonna look amazing.
This show, man.
Look gorgeous. Oh.
These transitions.
Come in.
Hey.
Hey. How's Arthur?
Oh, him. He's great. I handcuffed him to a radiator downstairs. He's not going anywhere.
Steve.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to say break a leg. Keep the car running, okay?
Okay. Lucky for us, a famous author at your wedding. You promised.
Not to bring it up.
No. Not another word, I promise. Nothing, I should be right back.
Who is that guy? Is it the same guy she saw at the beginning? Was there some infidelity there?
Hey. Hey,
Oh no, that's brother.
What?
Hold on!
What? Hey, I'm fine.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm fine. I just wanted to make sure that I got to tell her that I was happy.
Look at me.
What?
Look at me.
Wow.
No, I'm not.
Guess who they called when you ran away last week? Last week?
Sure. She's expecting me to be here.
Oh, no, she's not. Nobody is.
Damn.
I just really want to be here for her.
You should have thought about that before you put the needle in your arm. What's the cab? 20? 30? No more loans, no more treatment centers, nothing.
The shame, and he has to take, cause you know, like, this addiction is a sickness, right? So it's like he has this an accountability to go on there, but like just the simple fact that he wanted to be there for his sister on her wedding day. And trust me, I understand Shirley's point of view too, because like she knows the burden that his condition has had on all of them, and she just wants today to be perfect for her sister. But on his side, he can't do without shooting up, right? But he still wants to be here for her, even put on a tie and everything. And I know Shirley definitely feels some guilt later on after all is said and done, because what she said earlier about how he wasn't there for her wedding and now he's not going to be here for her funeral. And it's like he was here for her wedding though. But I understand all the like perspective of this whole shit fest right here. So heartbreaking. Like he did come.
The store's closed. I'm done.
And I get it, bro. She paid $6,000 a month.
We're gonna have a perfect wedding, Nellie.
Almost perfect.
She wanted him there. Ah, that guilt is eating her up. What the f this show, man? Let's have a moment, bro. Let's have one moment, Mike Flanagan. Same thing from the cat. Cry it out, baby. Yeah, she needed this. Is that mom? Is that mom? That is mom. Okay, so that's why the box that family brought made her pause for a little bit. Because the box made her think of the cat box. Yeah, something I've noticed from this first 2 episodes is that I feel like sometimes when the scary shit comes around, I'm too preoccupied feeling dread and sadness that when the scary shit comes, I'm just like, well, I'd rather be feeling sad than feeling terrified and my heart pacing, I guess. But goddamn, like the way everything is intricately woven, the storylines from childhood to, I imagine when he was writing this, he was almost writing the 2 stories at once. You know what I mean? Like writing the childhood stories and then writing the adult stories and finding ways to link them back and forth so that they make sense and cohesive, and is freaking brilliant. It's freaking brilliant. And we're gonna have 10 episodes of like straight fire of this. Come on now. Yeah, slowly they're all starting to believe in what they previously didn't believe in. How about you close the door first, then turn off the light? There you go. Have I spoken about the acting so far? Chef's kiss. That's so heart-wrenching. It's like you did your sister's makeup for her wedding and did her makeup for her funeral. How cruel is this world sometimes? The dream house. All I have to say for some of you viewing and be like, Frank, you were just bitching for no reason. Look at you loving the f out of this show. Have your victory lap. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Have your victory lap. I'm glad I even gave it a chance, honestly, because this is prime. I mean, it didn't take more than like 25 minutes of the first episode to make me start seeing all the reasons you all told me I would love this show. Oof. Yeah, man. Story's beautiful, man. Story's beautiful. I think one of the part of this episode that I just honed into the most was like how everything connected with the cats and them and the 5 kids. Losing one cat, they lost Nellie. Because right when the show started, I kind of talked about how I know there'll be a deep sense of like regret, whether it's valid or not. It's like, and seeing that scene of her saying he was there for her, he wasn't there for her wedding and he might not be there for the funeral, and knowing that he was there and she kind of pushed him away for like valid reasons from her POV, honestly, you know what I'm saying? And man, the flashbacks, and I love how every episode is darn near focused on everyone. I can't wait to see who the focus is on like next episode. Episode 1 was focused on Steve, obviously, but also found time to like show us where everybody's at. And episode 2 is Nellie, not Nellie, what's her name? Silly. Sorry, the names. But I wonder where everything with her husband is gonna blow up though. The extra account he has, what that is for. I mean, he was the one on her case about how she's doing so much charity and they're losing money. So my boy, if you're siphoning money somewhere else, hey man, check yourself. And Theo not being able to see her body is so like, I didn't blame her for a second, Man, everything with the cats and like how she was comforting this boy that didn't want to see grandma, and how they later showed us that was like her specific situation as well, is just so brilliant. Such brilliant writing. Even from when she was saying the eulogy for the cat, in my head I'm like, wow, this must be the moment she knew she wanted to do this in real life when she grew up, and that would have been enough. But later on the episode of them like being obsessed with this idea of like, oh, you fixed her, you fixed mom, I'm like, man, obviously that is the nail on the head moment that she decided to do this as a live job, fix things or fix people for their families, maybe out of just the goodness of her heart, or that's just like a coping mechanism. But regardless, a net benefit is being done to the world. So even if they didn't add that portion of someone also comforting her to see her mom, just the eulogy would have been enough to be like, okay, this is the reason why she became a caretaker. But nah, they went the extra mile to mirror her with that boy from episode 1. And with that story of that boy and his grandma, I assume it was just feeding into the ghosts shit at the mansion. But now it was for a more like heartwarming part to like, you don't know what I'm saying, just to bring everything together. Man, seeing her body when it came in, it's like, yeah, let's save that one for another episode when it arrives again. Thank you all for watching. This was great. I'm happy I started this. And honestly, if the rest of the show don't go past the tone of this, I'm game. Honestly, I'm game. Yeah, the tension is real, the tension is heavy, but it's like, again, take your victory lap, every one of you that told me I should be worried about anything. But what I said earlier about how most of the time the scary shit comes up, I'm already feeling dreadful and sad about a death or like some flashback or something, so it doesn't even bother me. I think it goes with what a lot of you were saying, that like the horror aspect is just the cherry on top. Like the main cake and the main thing is this beautiful story about family loss, grief, reconnecting, and all that good stuff. So yeah, 2 episodes in. Thank you for watching. Please support your boy as much as you can. It's free. Like, subscribe, share this with a friend. Help share this with so many people. I'm enjoying it so much. Appreciate you guys. Take it easy.
A few moments later.
Is it crazy to say I've been waiting all week for The Haunting of Hill House? I think that's crazy. I don't like to pick favorites, but from everything I'm watching right now, Hill House got to be my favorite. I think just because of the intrigue, because of how new I am to it, the concept, the way it plays with 2 storylines and like thread them so beautifully. The kid actors, they're all amazing. Let's get back into it. I might up some of the names. I mean, you know me by now. It's been a week. One of you made this joke when I said I have my studio so bright and I'm filming this early in the morning, and one of you went, but Frank, if you do that, how do you see all the little ghosts hidden in the screen in the dark? See, that's that bullshit right there. That's that bullshit right there. You already know how I feel about horror content, but you're still trying to twist the knife a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into this. Last episode was, I mean, the way the transitions happening between her prepping her sister's body and her doing the makeup for her wedding, and how that like beautifully attached like the brother coming back, the one that was in rehab, and how she sent the brother away because she wanted her sister to have that perfect wedding, and later found out that like if he would have been there, that would probably have been perfect for her sister, and apologizing at the body, and the whole connection with the cats. Come on. But yeah, let's get into Haunting of Hill House. We're gonna check out episode 3 and 4 today. Thank you all for watching. We're in the last 2 days of 2024. Happy New Year. Whenever you guys watch this on YouTube, Happy New Year. All right, let's get it in. Is this probably the best Netflix original series of all time? I mean, the biggest of all time is Stranger Things, right? But I don't think Stranger Things touches this by a mile. I love Stranger Things, but golly, Hill House is... That better be your sibling.
Not you, Nellie.
Look at those fingers.
You can sleep with me for tonight.
I don't think that's Nellie.
I'm really freaked out, huh? He's up a little. Nellie.
That ain't your sister, baby.
Nellie.
Holy. Yeah, that wasn't Nellie. See them fingers, boy? Like, what would you do?
Whose hand was I holding?
Whose hand were you holding indeed? Have we ever watched the intro? Let's do it. This intro kind of reminds me of Hannibal's intro. With these like figures. A labyrinth. Ah, the red room. The red door.
I went downstairs to the kitchen to get a snack, and that's the first night I saw him.
Another ghost story.
Mr. Smiley, coming out from where he lives. But then I heard a creak. That's how I knew he was coming.
Interesting.
What does Mr. Smiley look like?
He smiles.
Just a big smile. He's always smiling, but he isn't happy.
Where does Mr. Smiley live, Kelsey?
Under the house.
Under the house. In the basement? When I was little, I was afraid of a lot of things. They were all in my head. I just didn't know that yet. But when I was scared, I would imagine myself building a big wall all around me made of the strongest bricks in the whole world. I knew I'd be safe in there forever. And that's what you do too. It's kids like us who've been through more than other kids. And no one ever gets in.
Mr. Smiley does.
Is she a therapist or a teacher?
All our kids have always had to go through an adjustment. This
could be normal. Foster care system isn't the easiest place to grow up.
True. She's looking at that smile.
Did that start right away?
A few weeks after she moved in?
and her behavioral issues started around the same time.
Correlation. Interesting. Okay, before it continues, my favorite show at the moment is Hannibal. And I feel like this show does something so beautiful that Hannibal also does. I think it's just a writing technique that works really well. Is having different things around our main characters go through the same things our main characters might be going through and have them inform each other. Like last episode, the little boy who didn't want to see grandma's body because he was seeing ghosts of grandma, and how it mirrored, I can't remember her name, the caretaker, and how it mirrored her also not wanting to see mom when mom died, and how beautifully it was like woven together. So I can't wait to see where this episode is going with Mr. Smiley and how it correlates to her. I don't remember her name again, but it'll come to me. And I mean, you can see all the setup when it's being laid down, and obviously the payoffs are always beautiful. She is a psychologist. Mr. Smiley. Also, how they all started out going through the same experience at the house, but not necessarily believing in ghosts. or not wanting to confirm their reality of ghosts. And in episode 1, the brother saw the ghost of his sister. That definitely made him a believer. Episode 2, the caretaker saw the ghost of her mom and some shenanigans with her sister's body. Number 2 family member now confirmed. I'm sure she will encounter something this episode that'll make her a believer as well. Oh man, I love when the pieces fall right. Never disregard children's drawings. They can tell you a lot about their mental state. Art in general.
Nellie crawls into her bed sometimes. She says it wasn't her.
I guess it was just a weird dream.
Trash.
Oh, what's in the box?
This is fancy.
Yeah?
What's in the box?
Oh, 49 Claude Riel. This is quite
old.
How did you know that?
You really don't feel that?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Feel what?
Do you feel cold right there?
Yep.
I told you.
Interesting.
What about there?
Yep, here too.
You sure? I don't feel it here.
This whole house is cold.
The transitions, dog. Come on.
And the food's better at home.
If it's shopping you don't like, you could always find someone to go with you. Someone like that girl from last night.
Ha.
How's work?
It was a tough one today. This little girl couldn't get anything from her.
You always figure it out. I'm so good with them.
And then this one, stuff. She's like a brick wall.
I know the type.
Just like her. If you guys think I'm gonna stop complimenting these transitions, you're lost. The transitions are so clean. God damn.
Maybe send messages through it.
Luke.
It's like a
telephone.
That's the other end. What is that smell? Not smell. You can't smell that.
Smell?
This was a sick bed. How do you know? Hello, can you hear me? I can hear you, Nellie. You guys have fun.
What is that smell that he talked about?
Chocolate. No, it's rice now.
Hello, I'm Theodora, but I like my friends to call me Theo.
Theo.
Will you call me Theo?
Uh-oh.
Hi, Theo.
PTSD, social anxiety. Huh. They all have one.
And
6 years ago.
You're right. I was trying to take ownership of something that doesn't belong just to me.
So you're pulling the book?
I'm offering to share the book. I'll give each of you 8% of any royalties, and if it sells as well as my publisher thinks it will, it's... I'm trying to do the right thing
The
here,
right
Cheryl.
thing?
Yeah.
What, is the guilt getting in the way of your new lifestyle?
What?
Are you and Lee feeling awkward while you pack up for California?
Yeah, whatever. This could be a significant amount of money.
Whatever?
Of course it's about the money.
I mean, you guys have read it, right?
I haven't. I've heard Luke and Nellie's ghost stories. No offense, Nellie.
Okay.
I've heard. Would rather focus on living my actual life right now.
That's fair.
We're not taking your money. None of us. It's blood money, Steve.
Is she gonna finally read it? Nope. Look at Theo go. Who that? Why so aggressive? You better have 2 legs.
You're not funny, Luke.
I don't think that was Luke. She always liked to party.
Hey, can I get a water? Close it out.
Stay hydrated. Oh, it's her friend again. Come on, wave back. Yeah. Transition.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just giving my truck a ride.
Your little brother was getting into trouble.
Want to let go of his arm?
Tell her, Theo.
Why are you yelling at him?
Because the dumbwaiter is not a toy. It can be dangerous.
That's all you need to say then.
Fair enough.
Boundaries. Good job.
You don't have to be so mean about it. She's not mean. She's scared.
What makes you say that?
You're shaking. Boundary queen, right from a kid. Good job. I wonder what she's gonna see in the house. Huh? What is she drawing? Mr. Smiley? The casting is so perfect. Like the kid version.
Luke?
Boy, they say don't play in there.
I thought it might be her. Mrs. Dudley. She never stays after dark. What are you doing? Trying to take a ride in this elevator. Dumbwaiter. Come on, you stupid thing. But the door has to be closed. But then I can't reach the buttons. You're a crazy kid. You know that? Just one ride. I know it worked. Please, Theo. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Don't do it.
Please, come on. It's a perfect kid-sized elevator. Fine. You hop straight out and you don't tell anyone I did this for you.
Uh-oh.
You ready? Going up. Hey! Up! Theo! Luke!
See, there's that right here. I mean, they're kids. I get it. If I told you the amount of crazy I did as a kid, you wouldn't believe it.
There's a ladder down here on the wall. You can come get me. Just hang on. Bring me up, please.
Of course, the torch goes down. What was that?
There's something down here. Just hang on, I'm trying.
What the f is... Oh!
Luke?
Help!
Luke?
Get him up.
Hang on.
Let's get him up.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Look at his shirt.
Must have got caught on the door.
Sorry, Grammy. Monster! There's a monster!
What the hell
were you thinking? Is he okay? Go to your room.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay.
Ain't no way all these things didn't f up their whole lives. I mean, we've been seeing it the last 2 episodes, but there's no way this didn't f up Luke one way or the other. I mean, regular, everyday childhood trauma that we go through leaves heavy impact on our lives. Now add on ghosts, monsters, a fucking haunted house. I'm surprised any of y'all are even still functional. Pfft, shit, boy. I'm surprised any of them are functional, like, on any level. Now she's the bad guy. I hope someone don't come spooning you again. Oh, hell. Thank God I don't live alone. You saw what you saw. That was Mr. Smiley. Oh, see, now I see why some of you said you haven't watched this show, but you're gonna watch it with me, because it's less scary. And for some of you who have watched it, it's easy to not to be scared when you know it's coming, you know? Like me now wanting to rewind and see what Mr. Smiley looks like. It's like, I'm not that worried because I've already seen it, even though it was just like a few seconds ago. It looks like Clayface from the DC universe, but that looks like skin, no eyes. Dog, you look like a ball sack. That is terrifying though. And it also has pajamas on. Huh. Interesting. See, stuff like that, I wouldn't think I was seeing things or it was a dream, like way too real.
You really got my head, girl. Sorry. It's, no.
No. 2 years at the wedding.
Did you find them? The toaster's supposed to.
I know, I'm still looking. The toast was supposed to be 10 minutes ago.
I know, I need Stacy.
I thought she was looking for her brother.
Hey, did you find it?
No, she's not out front.
Hey, and I'm still missing 2 groomsmen. I'm gonna check the kitchen.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. It's toast time and my maid of honor is MIA.
Maid of honor and 2 groomsmen missing?
That table's getting tense.
What's going on here? I knew it.
Stacy!
Getting active with 2 groomsmen.
Okay. You coming?
I want to see who's in there.
It's gotta be Henry.
Oh, my money's on man. He collects bridesmaids.
It gotta be both of them.
Some money on it.
Hey.
Theo, we were all wrong.
I mean, we didn't.
They didn't know
We didn't know you were into
women.
Bridesmaids?
What a way to find out.
I love you.
Aww.
Can you get my dress?
Oh, yeah.
That is such a loving moment right there. That is such a loving moment. And the first thing she said was, I love you. I gotta watch it again. That was fun. Look at us all saying it was one groomsman or the other. I was saying it was both groomsmen. But no, it was little old Theo.
Why the hell would she go to that house? My kids are gonna ask me how she died. Tell them what? She killed herself? Aunt Nellie killed herself? Yes, that's better than lying. Just saying nothing like Dad did.
Saying nothing.
What do I say? You answer the question that's asked.
Straight up.
Don't elaborate. Don't offer information that's not requested. Just tell them that their feelings are correct and they're safe. And it's okay to be curious. If they ask why, tell them you don't know. No one knows. That's okay. Better they ask you than me.
This show is so good.
Because I don't want to have to tell them that I'm pissed at Auntie Nell, who should have known better.
God, I won't be able to, feel free to skip if you don't want to hear this, but like, I won't be able to stop if I don't talk about this. It's about what she said about her being mad at Aunt Nellie. I think the first time I realized, around the topic of that sometimes it's, how do I say this delicately? Just this idea that like the people that are left behind kind of like have the rights to feel anger. And I think the first time I encountered it was like, I think it was an artist, Joyner Lucas. He made a song and the title of the song is It's Okay. And the song was about the duality of how he felt when a friend that's as close as a brother took their own lives, about like the mourning and the sadness that they're gone and hoping that he could have done something, but also the other side being the anger, like you just mad at them, even if you understand why they do it or like what they were going through. It's like there's just still that like raw anger, that like wishing something else could have been done. But not just that, being mad at the person that took their own life. And I don't know, I just thought about it because of what Theo said, that like I don't want them to ask me because I'm so angry at her for like taking her life. And if you want to check out the song, watch the video on YouTube. It's Joyner Lucas, I'm Sorry. And the video is freaking amazing. But yeah, he just talked about that duality that I mentioned. And for this show is an extra layer of up because I don't know. I know Nellie didn't kill herself in that house. Whatever took mom took her, but I think the only reasonable explanation is that they did it to themselves, because obviously police and forensic and all that don't believe in ghosts and whatnot, so everything points to they were there alone when it happened, so that's the extra messed up layer. It's like she's mad at Nellie for something that wasn't Nellie's fault or of her own like doing. I mean, it's not confirmed or not that she did or not, but from that episode 1, how she was looking when she went into the house is like something must have pulled her there. You know what I'm saying? And as always, don't confirm or deny anything, just let me ride with it. She said, I am so mad at Auntie. And obviously, I'm not saying being mad at people who took their lives is justified, because like there's so much like nuance there, like what they were going through. Like I said in another video a while ago, like no one happily freaking takes their own life. Like, people don't just do it like it's another Tuesday. It's like they must be going through some.
I gotta go. Sorry, I can't, Cheryl.
We're seeing the other perspective when she left.
Like your drawing. Listen, I'm sorry, okay? It's okay. Mom and Dad are still mad at me. They don't believe me. About what? Anything. I'm sorry. First they said Abigail's not real. Now they said the basement's not real. It's not in the blueprints.
Huh?
They said it's probably just a crawl space. And whatever was down there, they definitely don't believe me. I believe you. Maybe we can prove it to them.
Huh?
10, 11.
Gotta be a lather there. These are some brave kids. I'm not gonna lie. How about you go call Dad and do this together with Dad? Again, sometimes I forget these are kids. Cause my old ass, hey man, like why would you go in there alone, dog? Like, hey, we got lights. Still not bright enough, but it'll suffice. Uh-oh.
We're so scared.
There's a reason. Go up, go up, go up, go up. No one ever listens to me. Is that a doorway?
Oh. I was just in the neighborhood and I needed something. Is Kelsey here?
No, she's at school right now. All the kids are at school.
I didn't realize you made house calls.
I don't. Normally, I was just out and about and thinking about your case. This is gonna sound really strange, but would you mind if I took a quick look down in your basement?
Oh. Is there gonna be a creepy door there as well? Interesting that she took her gloves off. Especially in the basement. Wow. Doesn't look like that basement is used a lot. Or is she just grounding herself with everything by actually feeling it? Uh-oh. That one feels different. I wonder what she and her mom were feeling in that spot of the house that was cold. I wonder if that's what she was trying to feel around there. Hello? What are you seeing? That looks like a face. What'd you see, girl?
You all done?
Yeah, I really appreciate you indulging me like this. I was hoping I could get into Kelsey's headspace just a bit, try to understand her better. It's just a normal basement.
That's what we keep telling her.
I'll dive back in with her this week.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Thanks. What are you, looking at?
Huh.
Your smile. And social services, too. You just have to trust me on this.
Oh?
I haven't been wrong before, have I?
Is the dad abusive or something?
I'm sure the guy will confess if you just get them here. No, I'm gonna wait for the cops.
Oh. Does she have some kind of ghost or spook radar or something? Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around that. She said, your smile. Oh. That basement, that chair, or that sofa. Could the man be the smiley? Oh, okay. Yeah, connecting that to her calling the cops and social service. Oh. Yeah, I think she just will gram that whole situation. But instead of putting her mind in the mind of the killer or perpetrator, she puts her mind in the mind of the victim. That's a Hannibal reference for all y'all.
It's a book of secrets that they were trying to hide.
How do you figure that?
I don't know. Tell when I picked it up.
Like you could tell there's a false floor in the pantry?
Mm-hmm.
It's a ledger.
And also how she could tell there was a wine bottle in the dad's box at the beginning. She just has a way about these things since she was little.
A long time ago, it was illegal to sell alcohol, so they made it in secret and hid it. There's not a single record of this basement. They didn't want anyone to find it, but you did.
Mm-hmm.
They really, really don't like that you went down there by yourself.
I just wanted to show you that Luke was right. But I love that you're so brave.
Cautioning, but positive reinforcement.
Honey? Honey?
Jesus.
What's wrong?
It's almost like she can see the future or something, or sense things that other people don't see. Through her touch. Take him away, officers. Bastard. Good job, Theo.
They must have dug it right into the wall. How the hell did she find this?
No idea.
Wow.
Come here, my love. You know, your dad was telling me a story about the wine you found while you were cleaning up the cupboard. How'd you know?
She just did.
Just guessed.
Like you guessed about in the ledger?
And the floor.
You know those headaches I get sometimes? They started when I was a little girl. And when I get them, I see all sorts of... Well, your grandmother was like that too.
Ah.
Sensitive. I've wondered if you and your sisters might be a little sensitive. And I asked Nellie what she thought about the house when we moved in. She said it was loud. Such an odd word she chose. Noticed you always wear sweaters inside, even though it's summer.
She was always cold.
Because it's always cold.
Grandma Mary was like that too. Sensitive people, they sometimes need, well,
gloves.
These will help with the cold and the other thing.
Wow.
Does Dad know?
Kind of. We'll talk a lot more about it as you get older. But in the meantime, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you think nobody will understand, you can talk to me. Okay.
Mom wasn't there for long. But that would be... I love the moment and everything about her being sensitive and it being in their lineage. I'm just thinking that would screw with my mind so much because, well, I think it's the whole thing of like ignorance is bliss. It's like if she's touching or feeling everything, she would probably panic in 247, you know, but the gloves help her. It's almost like it inhibits her powers or something. I don't know if that's the right term. It just felt right. Like it limits her powers. So when she wants to actually feel something, she takes off the glove, you know, kind of like Will Graham too. Like when he wants to, another Hannibal reference, kind of like Will Graham too. Like when he wants to investigate, he goes into that place, you know, in his brain. He don't just use it all day willy-nilly, you know. But I'll be freaked out because like everything could be she being in that basement and being on that couch and God, because she was feeling everything around there. You know what? This is so freaking interesting. And I love when a story comes to me as the story exposes itself to me. Because throughout this time, since episode 2, when she was in the club and she went back home with the girl and everything and the gloves, in my head, I was like, why is a germaphobe dancing in the club with sweaty ass people all around, like, you know, mixing body fluids both in the club and back home? But in my head, I'm like, I don't want to say that because I'm not fully educated on how germaphobes are. Maybe some people it's just their hands, maybe some other germaphobes is their whole body. So I didn't want to say anything that would seem like that would make me sound ignorant and like claiming I know more than I know. So I just kept it in my head. I'm like, she's a germaphobe, but it's only her hands. Like she's always in the club, like doing things. So I didn't want to say anything about it because I didn't have enough knowledge about it. Like I said, I was thinking maybe some germaphobes is just their fingers or their hands because that's what touches everything the most. But to come and now find out that she was never a germaphobe is just to limit her sensitivity to supernatural things or like anything that's just like weird or haywire. It's so beautiful, man. It's so beautiful. And this is one of those moments I just thank God that like the community is respectful and just wait for me to discover things myself. Because imagine if someone has said, she's not actually a germaphobe, she's just sensitive. And I know that sounds weird, but people do that. I say all that to say it's just beautiful to see the reveal of why she actually wears gloves. And obviously telling people she meets every day that, oh, I'm a germaphobe is way more logical than telling people my fingies feel things that are off. You know? Germaphobe, easy. Now I wonder how this reveal will come into play later in the story of her using her hands to feel things. Cause I mean this wasn't put here in episode 3 just for nothing. It has to come back in a substantial way. And I trust this Mike Flanagan dude. He doesn't play around when it comes to the writing. So, and it's so sad. She touched her mom and she saw her mom with her head blown out or something. Like, damn. So much. How could I forget? It's like Rogue from the X-Men, wearing gloves so she don't kill people she loves.
Hit the beach for me.
No hug?
She don't like you like that.
You got a couple things wrong in there, by the way.
So you finally read it?
You said it was Luke that found the old bootlegging basement. That was me.
Sorry about that. Anything else?
You know, I was pretty impressed by what you wrote about that night.
What night?
That night.
The night.
The last one.
Uh-huh.
Some wild stuff in there. That was really wild stuff, considering that you were asleep for what? Like 99% of it?
Get him, sis.
So what are you gonna do with the money? Car, purses, travel?
No. I'm gonna get my PhD.
Atta girl. No, she's the one going to her sister. Is she going to Nelly? She is. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. I knew your finger magic was gonna come into play. Will Graham style. I didn't just know it would happen so soon. Oh gosh, I'm bracing myself. What are you gonna see, dear? She finally saw her.
Jesus wept.
Jesus wept. Oh boy. God, I hope she finds out her sister didn't take her own life. Sure was something. Holy. Honestly, not showing us is even worse. Because what could she have seen? Whatever took her sister, or that her sister took her sister? I guess both will create that reaction. Just the pain.
Thought I heard somebody down here.
Sorry to wake you.
You okay?
Shirley found your checkbook. Individual account.
Uh-oh.
It's just as bad for you as it is for me.
Hello?
Of course not.
She knew about it?
Might want to come up with an excuse, though. Make up a mistress, something. Secret family. You know, something that's gonna piss her off less than the truth.
Wow. More secrets? I mean, if your excuse is gonna be a separate family or a mistress, then what the is the truth, my guy? And her booty call is here. So interesting. The title of this episode is Touch.
Whoa. Well, hang on. Are you okay? Yeah, just we barely said 2 words to each other. Can we take a second and talk?
She did not call you here to talk. That's fair.
Hey, believe me, I'm thrilled you called me. I just feel kind of weird about how I left the other night. And then last night at the club, you completely ignored me. Yeah.
Tell her.
I'm sorry about that.
Talk about it.
Is that what you want to talk about? Well, not exclusively. I don't know, what do people usually talk about? How are you? How was your day? Stuff like that.
Well, let's see. My day. I found out that a 9-year-old that I was treating was getting molested by her foster dad. And she buried it so deep she had to make up a monster just to compartmentalize and cope.
God damn.
And she did such a good job that she planted him right in my head. Guy folded like a cheap suit the moment he was questioned by the cops, so. But that just means the girl goes back into the system, so it's a Campbell at best. So, you know, good job me. This kid,
She built up so many emotional walls. I touched her hand and I didn't even...
Damn, that bad.
She just needed help and no one was listening. And it's so much like Nellie.
No one was listening to Nellie.
Should we talk about your day or would you rather come to bed?
Whatever gets you through it, I guess. Man. The last night.
Theo, I need you to get Luke and Nell to the car. You get in, lock the doors. Don't unlock them till you see me come outside. Do you understand?
What's happening?
Get them to the car. I need to get Steve and Cheryl.
What's happening?
Go. Come on. Come on.
Stop! Let go! Let go of me!
Wow.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
Touch me.
Wow. Man, so much happened there, man. So she saw all the things that her dad was on. And there was even this scene of the dad throwing the mom against the wall. What the is this? This looks like adult Nellie, no? And this next scene is almost look like a fight on the dinner table. Yeah, with Nellie screaming at daddy. Were the parents having a fight? Okay, this looks like a body in the basement. Yeah, and this looks like dad having a fight with mom. And banged her against the wall. God, this show is so good. This writing is immaculate. I mean, if all the context clues were not that obvious and put together, at least at the end of the episode when she was telling her friend what happened about the dad, the foster father, and molesting the girls, that she had to make a whole monster in her head just to cope with it. And something painful about what she said is like, yeah, he's gone, but that just takes her back into the system. So it's a gamble if she fall into the hands of another foster parent that does the same thing. So in essence, she has a feeling that she didn't even do anything. And when she was talking about her building up walls around to protect her, obviously, I think she was talking about herself as well, but also talking about Nellie because she mentioned that. So that still makes me unsure what actually took Nellie. Because from this conclusion, maybe she just saw that Nellie actually took herself. But knowing that house and how the mom went out, I'm suspecting that like whatever happened to the mom that made them labeled it a suicide is the same thing that happened to Nellie. Man, I love that every episode have been focused on all of them. I can't wait for Carl's episode. I hope it's this next episode we're about to watch. I can't wait for Carl's and see like his story, like how he got into drugs and like rehab and everything, like how the house him up. All these characters are just like a freaking onion, bro. Like every episode you just get more and more reveals. Oh, it makes sense when she touched the bed in the morning at the beginning of the episode and she was like, this is a deathbed or a sick bed or something. It makes so much sense. Also, her second patient, like she just shook the girl's hand and it just transitioned to her already writing her diagnosis. Oh, maybe that's why she went into this line of work, because she can actually feel people. And it's clear what that does to her emotional state of mind as well, and her mentals. I can't help it. Again, Will Graham from Hannibal, man. Like, what does taking other people's burden have on your own mental health? Of course she needs gloves, because it would be too much. Man, I'm glad this show did not make me quit because it was too much. I'm glad it did not. And them finding out that she was into women, chef's kiss, what a beautiful moment. Beautiful bonding moments for all of them. Even just going back to throughout the episodes is just making me see how giving context to everything. So it could be that the reason why she left when Nellie's body came is because of what happened in the ending. I think she didn't want to know or even want to see or want to be curious to touch her sister. God, the basement scene and the couch, horrifying. In my mind, I feel like the show has already prepped me to anticipate seeing a ghost or seeing something horrendous, but it was such like a curveball that like it is something horrendous, you know, a freaking guardian or father figure or parent figure freaking taking advantage of a child like that. Yeah, to some people that's 10 times worse than seeing a ghost or a monster. The way she looked at him after she shook his hand, bastard, man, they all carried so much burden. Nah, this show is class. This show is straight class. All right, that wraps it up for episode 3. I'll catch y'all in episode 4.